of all the elements. See, if you were to compare, so that we would understand, besides humans, that we were created in the image of God, of what element, if you were to name an element, would you compare God to? Knowing to all of us that He created all the elements, of course, but what would be more to His likeness? Well, I would say water. See, it's all around us. It's inside of us. We breathe when there's moisture. We drink of it at 80%, like the earth of us. Our bodies is made of water. We are all water. It sustains us, it gives us life. And it's so important. So that element, I would compare God, because loving all of us, He gives us to drink. He gives us that life. Water does. Not that water is God. He created water, but water resembles Him. A shadow. It's a shadow of Him. Of the elements. No? Who He really is, we all know, right? It's the Logos, Incarnate, made Eucharist, you know? But of the elements, you know? Water, and I know water is two elements. It's hydrogen and oxygen. And some of you would say, well, wouldn't that be hydrogen? You know, the proton, the neutron, the electron, 3 in 1, at perfect harmony, which is the atom, source of all elements. Because helium is just 2 protons, 2 neutrons, and electrons. And so, if we go up on the scale, we get to oxygen. And oxygen has 8 protons, 8 neutrons, and the electrons. Yet, in water, we find a bond, H2O, that trinity again, with the oxygen. See, that element, which is also part of the life. He would resemble the sun, you see, because the sun is Him, the seven, born out of one woman, part of His creation. Oxygen. And then I know that Jesus is not oxygen or water, He's all of it, you know. But if I were to see a shadow of Him on this creation, because He's the marriage that gives us the water of life. And that's the title of Mary. See, Mary, she's a very special, unique person. You see, she's one creation of God, the one He chose to marry, to be who He is, the only Son of God. It's a marriage, and since He is, Mary was in His thoughts, because He has always been the Son of God. But He was going to be made incarnate. He was going to be born. Water. See, He's been talking to all of us, even through the most simple things. Water, oxygen. He always talks about his mercies, his love. He's one. Yes, and she agrees. Yeah, she has foodie. He's good. So, that is like water, you see? Oxygen. They just give themselves to you, for you to live. It sounds like God to me. Sounds like God to me, you see? And so much more than that. A friend and a promise. Bridegroom to the Church of Christ. His wife, like Mary, is the wife of the only Son of God. We become also the wife of Christ because we have eaten him who is the Eucharist. We have drunk his blood. Eternity has been given through his blood, through his body, through his sacrifice. You see? Yeah. You know, where is God? Where do you see God more? In water, in air, or in the Eucharist? Of course, in the Eucharist. He's been revealed to me. It was a gift, 1991. On a special day. I was watching Jupiter, Venus, and Mars make a perfect triangle. And I said, as in the dream I had many years ago, well, I had faith, but I had lost all my faith. I had forgotten about God. I didn't believe anymore. That was a very dark place, 1991. I would consider that hell, when you believe no more. But he was merciful. And I saw the dream take place before my eyes. The 3 stars, as in the dream, there they were. And I remember in the dream I had said those words, and after that 2 beams of light came from those 3 planets, those 3 stars, to my right, to my left. In the dream and in reality. So it happened. I said those words. And when I said those words, the most interesting thing, a bee comes, stands in front of me, like looking at me, like zzz. Everybody was running away, like, you know, I kill and Santiago and Alfonso, Alfonso, and everybody's running away because they saw a bee, and so I was left alone there before the 3 stars. And then after I said the words, I entered my brothers and sister-in-law's home. As I sat, I told them the message had been given. The Logos became flesh, bread, believed again. And those words, as he said, you will not see me until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. And so he called me. So I'll be back, man. That's the message, man. Okay. So, catch you later. Peace of the Lord be with you. His peace